Salutations, I'm the Vengeful Venom, and I'm here with a very special video topic. Today, we'll be covering some recently discovered early prototypes for the Grunt Goblin seen in Halo 5 Guardians. As you all know, the Grunt Goblins were added into the Warzone game mode as free DLC a little while after Halo 5 released. There are two variants of the Grunt Goblin, the standard Needler version, and the heavily drunk man taking a piss version. These absolute units are known for their ability to traverse in the air thanks to thrusters located on their backs. While this is all fine in Rainbow Monkeys, did you know that they were actually supposed to be controlled by players at one point in Halo 5's development? Did you also know that the designs used for these magnificent disappointments were radically different as well? Thanks to an anonymous source in the betaware scene, I was able to acquire a pre-alpha build of Halo 5, which was codenamed Yeezy, and today I'm going to show you an exclusive footage of the pre-alpha version of the Grunt Goblins when it was planned to be in Halo 5 at launch. Now, do me a favor and hold on to your butts, because this has never been revealed to the outside world until today. As you can see, the pre-alpha version of Halo 5's Grunt Goblin is radically different in a plethora of ways. The designs are much more adorable in this build, and they're piloted by a grunt that makes my heart melt. In the final version, however, they're piloted by abominations that have punchable faces and make me want to end hero. I spoke to Rythaze, an ex-art lead for 343, about the design of the Grunt Goblin and why it was changed so drastically. According to Rythaze, there were disagreements over the direction the unit was headed towards, and that he thought he needed to make the mech much more cutesy due to the teen rating that Halo 5 would eventually release with. After several fights with Frank O'Connor about this topic, he was eventually let go, where he moved to Headcanon to work on Sonic Mania and the Sonic Mania Adventures specials. Instead of having a primary weapon attached to mechanical forelimbs like in the final version, in the pre-alpha they fired laser-targeted eye beams that strike fear into the hearts of their enemies. Their secondary missile barrages had no startup lag, and each individual blast did a ton of damage, meaning the pre-alpha goblins were able to dispatch a large group of enemies within a couple seconds, whereas they were heavily nerfed in the final game to make this mode of fire more telegraphed than a Falcon Punch from Smash.
Did someone say Smash?
What? No, get the fuck out of here, Ron, I'm busy! Go hump Becky's leg or something.
Fuck off, you poo pusher.
Anyways, both the Heavy Needler and the Scarab Beam variants were merged into one in the earlier versions of the game. The Scarab Beam was only able to be fired every once in a while, however, but the cone of fire was much larger than the PP beam seen in the final game. The pre-alpha's hover ability also behaved differently, allowing the mech to travel greater distances. Their melee attacks also relied on an extendable arm that shot out of the center of their bodies, whereas the final version simply had a punch. Bungie also saw that the AI for the mechs were much too intelligent for a mode such as Warzone, so they heavily dumbed down the AI to make engagements against the Grunt Goblin much more fair. Lastly, the grunts piloting the mechs in the final game are constantly spewing insults at their opponents. Here's some dialogue of what the grunts were originally going to say in the pre-alpha.
Yeah, you're a dirty, rotten-mouthed pig. You dirty sucker. Punk? Yeah, punk? What you gonna do? Come and do it. Yeah, come and do it.
That's all for now. If, and only if, you like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe for more Halo content on this channel. Make sure to hit the bell icon to be notified on my next upload. This is the Vengeful Venom, and I'm gonna go drink myself to death.